are in crisis mode in southwestern St. Elizabeth. What we need is urgent attention. What we have been seeing though is the flyover. We see a lot of flyovers, and we've been hearing that a lot of things are being circulated on social media. But what we're not feeling is that we're not feeling the presence and the need for urgent action on the ground. So we don't want to see the flyover, we want to see the underground action. And the people need it and demand it now, because we are in crisis mode. We don't want to hear the social media, we want to hear right now what is happening for the people. The people need help.
The government is driving the response and recovery efforts to the devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl. Of course, it will take all hands on deck, and that's why the Jamaica Bauxite Institute has established an emergency fund to see how quickly it can respond to some of the challenges. The team toured St. Elizabeth, looking at some of the devastation across southwest and southeast St. Elizabeth and identifying possible projects.
Kemoy Lindsay, Director of Bauxite Lands at the Jamaica Bauxite Institute, doing a tour of the space all along St. Elizabeth in the south. We've been all over assessing the damage caused by Hurricane Beryl, because through the Bauxite Community Development Program, we have earmarked some funds to come put into relief support, and we want to get there and get them done in the quickest possible time. So we're looking at educational institutions, we're looking at the farmers to see how we can best support their recovery at this time. We're looking also at supporting shelters and the rebuilding of shelters for residents across this belt.
Already, we've seen the Mountainside Primary School, which lost 4 classrooms, the roof of its staff room, and had significant damage to the main building. They're already crafting a plan also to help our farmers, and saw some of the damage done to greenhouse clusters and also some of the damage done to our open field farmers. Relief has already started, and care packages have been issued to some of those in critical need as we get through this together. We will emerge from this stronger.
Today I am announcing the Relief Emergency Assistance and Community Help REACH program. The major elements of the REACH program will include the distribution of food and essential supplies, utility, water, electricity, and telecommunications restoration, housing and reconstruction support, and economic recovery and restoration of livelihood. In terms of the distribution of food and essential supplies, Madam Speaker, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security has been distributing care packages containing tin foods, flour, rice, cooking oil and other items through their network of social workers. These care packages contain enough food for a family of 4 for 4 days. By today, approximately 5,000 families would have received care packages. We are coordinating the continued distribution of food, water, medical sundries, and other essentials to citizens in the most affected areas. This includes working with organizations such as Food for the Poor, the Salvation Army, and the Red Cross to ensure that aid reaches those in need promptly.
You know, just up the road, I met a lady. Her house is pretty much destroyed. She lost her 500 chickens, and she also lost her fish pots. So she's lost her income and she's lost her home. And you know, the ATMs in the community are not working. They don't have access to cash. There's no electricity. Water is short. The pump isn't working because it needs electricity. The situation is extremely serious down here. And the people are very resilient and they're in surprisingly good spirits. But every day that passes and they don't get any relief, it's going to make it more and more acute, the situation that they're in, and difficult for them to go through. So this is really becoming an emergency, and the necessary mobilization of resources needs to happen now to give relief to these people.
They tear down my shed with them P41 and then start tearing down. Yeah, then P41 and then
no, and that we know that was going to happen. We know these things will happen. And that is why we deploy. So they are here now, the JDF is in the space, just to make sure. Yes, the JDF, NWA, NSWA, they are all going to come now.
First thing, somebody come over here, we don't get nothing. The other local one chapalin, me no get it.
But
all the food around, me no get nothing. Me one light can't pay darkness.
You don't have any other little solar lamp?
No, me light post.
We have gotten some solar lamps so we can distribute some solar lamps.
You can't do me light post tear down. All you have to tear down, man, we just pay $2,000.
I'll put up the birds.
stick. And we post up on me and tear down with no light. Over capture that millimeters and then we make. You want a better situation, I shed them on the beach.
Me hear your situation, you know. Me hear about your life. So one at a time, me did say, you know, every crisis is an opportunity. Yes, every crisis is an opportunity. So I have made a commitment to the people here and to your member of parliament. That we're going to rebuild this area much better.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
So one of the first things we want to do is to clean it up so you can start back. We hear all the arguments.
We just recently concluded a tour of southwestern St. Elizabeth, myself and the opposition leader, Mark Golding. And there are various communities that are in serious humanitarian crisis. We toured Flagaman, Little Park, we toured Great Bay, we toured Short Hill, Newell, and we're coming down, we're now in Parity. And what we're seeing is that Hurricane Beryl has devastated the southern part of the island. And we, the residents, and as candidate caretaker for Southwestern St. Elizabeth, I'm appealing in support with the comrade leader. We're asking for some support in regards to the immediate needs. Immediate needs, these include water. The residents, the communities are in.
JCF continued to see a downward trend in crime and violence in the nation. In the second quarter of 2024, we observed a significant reduction in several categories of major crimes compared to the same period in 2023, where every major crime is down. Overall, there has been an almost 12% decrease in major crimes since the start of 2024. Notably, murders have decreased by 14.5% as of July 15, 2024. Shootings are down almost 2%. Robberies are down 15% for the same corresponding period. Rapes are down 32%. Break-ins, 6% decrease. As at June 30, 2024, we recorded a 14% increase in gun seizures over the same period last year, taking in 422 illegal firearms off the streets and our communities. We at the JCF are aware that there are far more lawful and law-abiding people in Jamaica than the lawless and criminal among us. As we endeavor to safeguard our communities and restore peace to the lives of average Jamaicans, we find ourselves at a critical juncture in addressing the criminal elements within our midst. These individuals, who are sons, brothers, baby fathers, and friends, are known to you, the people. They reside in our communities and sometimes within our very homes. Today, I want to address them directly with a clear and unequivocal message. We will disrupt your criminal activities and isolate you. We will come for you. When we do, we encourage you to lay down arms and surrender willingly. If you meet us with aggression, we will respond with superior force and we will win, because we are smarter, we are better trained, and better resourced. We will be relentless in pursuing, capturing, building airtight cases for your conviction and of those who support and sympathize with you. The JCF urges anyone with information on the whereabouts of criminals to come forward as part of a collective effort to ensure justice and restore peace.
I've seen an improvement in the dispatch of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security in the areas that have been affected. I have gotten reports that people are receiving their care packages and their tarpaulins and so forth. The frustration is still there. Persons are frustrated about their water, they are frustrated about their electricity, and we are working double time to restore that. I know some areas in St. Elizabeth have got back electricity. I've gotten a few calls to say thank you, we have got back our electricity, but not enough. And so I'm not here saying that the problem is solved, but I'm here saying that the problem is being worked on and we're seeing results. There were several down poles on my way in. I saw the JPS crews working, restoring poles. So I say to the people who are very frustrated now, please continue to have faith. Your electricity and your water will return. And I know for most people, Minister, that's what they want. They want their electricity and their water, and they will find their way. They will do the rest. So generally, in the hardest hit areas, we are seeing incremental movements towards recovery. In the coming days, we intend to accelerate, and the JDF and the line ministries will be working together for synergy to ensure that the people of Jamaica, especially the people on the south coast of Jamaica who have been so terribly hit, that they are properly served. Engineering and security. The JDF is the repository really of the country's logistics, engineering and security capabilities. They have capabilities that they maintain year-round to deal with precisely these kinds of events which challenge the national capabilities. So what the JDF's role is to act as a kind of multiplier of the resources that may exist in the standing agencies. So for example, the JDF will be assisting with the humanitarian relief. The JDF will be assisting with assessment. And I give you a particular way in which the JDF has assisted. No reason why the Ministry of Labour and Social Security should have a drone, for example. But the JDF has those capabilities. And so they deployed their drones to be able to do rapid aerial assessments, which has really enhanced our capabilities to do these assessments and to get very granular and to see scale of damage. And so it is these kinds of capabilities that the JDF will bring to our resource.
So we keep ourselves. Look how you see it. Look how you look fresh, man.
You look like you could have up on stage right now.
Yeah, you never know that Mr. Wall.
No, man, no older than you.
Yes, that's true.
Anyway, no, we'll be there at a survey.
Man, I'm glad to wear that. Yes, really. I appreciate that. We appreciate it. You come as a man on the ground. Yeah. We're going to walk on the inside of the boat there. See this. Yeah.
No, I heard you on the top.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing.
Yes,
so we are here with all the agencies. I just want to make sure that everybody's working together.
Yeah.
And they're gonna help.
Yeah, man, we need it.
So you're gonna see some improvement.
I believe it.
Well, I know I say me can't touch me Prime Minister if he will touch my hand.
So why wouldn't I touch your hand? I was wondering if you would touch my hand.
Are you look for me food? I will upload me and run and walk off to me Prime Minister. And me and some
We love you like a cook food. Why, Michelle, when you married me, marry you.
We're in crisis mode in southwestern St. Elizabeth. What we need is urgent attention. What we have been seeing though is the flyover. We see a lot of flyovers, and we've been hearing that a lot of things are being circulated on social media. But what we're not feeling is that we're not feeling the presence and the need for urgent action on the ground. So we don't want to see the flyover, we want to see the underground action.
Yeah.
And the people need it and demand it now, because we are in crisis mode. We don't want to hear the social media, we want to hear right now what is happening for the people. The people need help.